We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Detective Comics 1014, written by Peter J. Tomasi, Doug Mahnke pencils, Christian Almay, Mark Irwin and Doug Mahnke inks, Dave Baron colorist, Rob Leigh letterer, Mahnke and Baron did the cover. That's a cool cover, I like that. Cool pinup. Dave Walgo's assistant editor, Paul Kaminsky editor, Jamie S. Rich group editor. Victor Fries has done the improbable thanks to Luthor's serum, which all kind of happens off screen as far as getting the serum. It's part of the Year of the Villain tie-in. They didn't really need to explain it because Luthor's been giving gifts to a lot of villains, and this is what he gave Mr. Freeze. Now, Luthor is not part of this storyline. It's just sort of the plot device that sets everything in motion. So this is a very loose tie-in to Year of the Villain. It is referenced near the end of the book, but it's not part of the overlying story. Now, we go through what Victor has done to try and save Nora from her cancer, and she doesn't seem to realize exactly how much time has passed. Meanwhile, Batman's trying to undo what Freeze did to the women that he was experimenting on to perfect the serum, including his failed experiments, but he doesn't have the technology to fully analyze everything because there's some strange synthetics in there that he needs to examine a little more closely before he can revive these women. And that means going to Wayne Tech's lab and talking to Lucius. Unfortunately, Victor needs a compound at Wayne Tech to fully realize the resurrection of Nora. Until then, she's trapped in one of his old suits, which I thought was actually kind of cool that she would be kind of in the early stages where he was. I don't really like that Victor doesn't need the suit anymore. I thought that was a interesting weakness for him, but also gave him enhanced strength, that sort of thing. Now he's just a blue guy. So I think they probably could have left her in the suit for a longer period of time, several years, while they made use of that. But, you know, I don't know where the storyline's going. So overall, this was a solid issue. It focuses a little more on Mr. Freeze, but Batman's in there a fair amount. Not a lot of combat in this one. There's some dark stuff near the end, though. All in all, a solid installment in the series. The last page does reference the Year of the Villain storyline, but I don't think it's particularly important to the story. They kind of play it off in the book as not really relevant to the plot, which it's not. So I'm going to recommend this. I thought it was a good follow-up to the last issue. This is going to be a long story, but it's been pretty solid. Last issue was really good. This one is just as good as last issue. The other issues I thought were a little weak in parts, but still worth a buck or two out of the back issue bin. This issue and the previous one I would have paid full price for. They were very solid. Art was good. The scenes with Mr. Freeze really added a lot of depth to him and Nora. All in all, a good book that's definitely worth reading. So if you get a chance to pick this up out of a bargain bin, I would definitely say do it. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel in other ways, links to my Patreon, Streamlabs, and Teespring store are in the description. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.